On a warm summer day, a group of 8 friends decided to camp deep in the forest. They had heard many frightening legends about this forest, but they didn't care. Excited, they met at the forest entrance and began walking. The shadows of the trees grew longer, and the atmosphere turned eerie. As the group ventured deeper, suddenly everything became completely silent. No birds, no whine, just silence. They exchanged uneasy glances. "This place feels strange, doesn't it?" one of them whispered, but they continued walking. Soon, they spotted an old, abandoned house hidden among the trees, with broken windows, moss-covered stone walls, and a nearly falling wooden door. It looked creepy. Since it was getting dark, they decided to go inside. They gently pushed the door, and it creaked open. Inside, it was freezing cold compared to the warm air outside. The wooden floorboards creaked under their feet, and old paintings covered in dust hung on the walls. 2 of them went upstairs to explore the rooms, while the others stayed downstairs, looking for a place to camp. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed from upstairs. "I heard something," one of them shouted. The others rushed upstairs and saw a wardrobe door swinging open on its own in an empty room. Everyone exchanged nervous glances, unsure of what to do next. "It's probably just the wind," one of them said, but no one was convinced. There was nothing else in the room, so they decided to go back downstairs and continue setting up camp. But as the night grew darker, strange noises began to fill the house. Whispers, distant footsteps, and the sound of something moving inside the walls. No one wanted to believe what they were hearing, but fear gripped their hearts. One of the friends suggested, "Maybe we shouldn't stay here." The others were reluctant to agree, but something felt wrong. Just then, a door slammed shut with a loud bang, echoing throughout the house. Everyone froze for a moment. "What was that?" someone asked, trembling. Unable to bear it any longer, they hurriedly packed their things and decided to leave the house. But when they reached the door, they realized it was locked. No matter how hard they tried, it wouldn't open. Panic set in. "How can this be? We didn't lock the door," one of them cried out in fear. They pulled and pushed at the door, but it wouldn't budge. The group began searching for another way out, but the windows downstairs were tightly sealed, and when they looked outside, the forest was shrouded in a thick, eerie mist. It was impossible to see anything. Meanwhile, footsteps echoed from upstairs again, this time much closer. With no other choice, the group slowly made their way back upstairs. Each step on the creaky staircase felt like the house itself was coming alive. When they reached the top, they found a large, old mirror. But when they looked into it, they didn't see their reflections. Instead, they saw the faces of people who had gotten lost in the forest long ago. The figures in the mirror began to move as if they were trying to escape. The friends huddled together in fear. There was no way out. The figures from the mirror stepped out into the room, slowly approaching them. They tried to flee, but darkness surrounded every corner of the house. Just then, the lights went out. Complete darkness consumed everything, and a deadly silence fell over the house. No footsteps, no voices, just an endless void of nothingness. Years later, a group of hikers stumbled upon the old house in the forest. Now crumbling and decayed, the house stood quietly among the trees, but no one who saw it dared to go inside. The legends said that anyone who entered the house never came back. The eerie silence surrounding the house still carried the whispers of those who had vanished.